Welcome to your first and most important lesson in your professional kitchen career. What you see in this image, this pristine, gleaming station, is the standard we will learn to achieve and maintain. This lesson is the foundation for all safe kitchen operations. We will master the professional dishwashing procedures that protect our guests and our team, and you will learn to become a true guardian of sanitation. Let's be very clear about why your role is so essential. You are the first and most important line of defense against foodborne illness. Your work directly impacts the health of every single guest. You are a guardian of sanitation. Excellent kitchen hygiene and safety starts right here, in the scullery. Never forget that a clean dish is the first ingredient in every great meal. You are a vital member of the culinary team. Over the next 40 minutes, we have a clear roadmap ahead. As this visual shows, we'll start with the professional mindset and the tools you'll use every day. Then, we'll dive into the core dishwashing procedures, the most critical technical skill for your role. Finally, we'll cover the fundamentals of chemical safety. We'll have interactive activities to build your skills, all leading to a final knowledge check to solidify what you've learned. Our goal today is to empower you with the foundational skills you need to excel. By the end of this lesson, as you see with these checkmarks, you will be able to clearly explain why your role is so vital to overall kitchen hygiene and safety. You'll be able to identify your correct personal protective equipment, or PPE, and execute the 5 core steps of the manual dishwashing procedure perfectly. You'll also be able to handle detergents and sanitizers safely. Let's begin with your professional mindset and your equipment. To succeed, you must adopt the mindset of a guardian of sanitation, taking pride in the importance of your work. We'll cover the personal protective equipment, or PPE, that keeps you safe on the job, and we'll get to know your primary workstations. As you see with this professional, having the right tools and the right mindset is your foundation for success. Let's talk about your armor, your personal protective equipment. Wearing your PPE is non-negotiable. It protects you from hot water, chemicals, and potential slips and falls. As this infographic shows, your essential PPE includes waterproof gloves, a waterproof apron, and non-slip shoes. Your non-slip shoes are your most important defense against falls in a wet environment. Always inspect your PPE for any damage before you start your shift. This is your primary workstation, the 3-compartment sink. It is the heart of all manual dishwashing procedures in a professional kitchen. It has been specifically designed for a sequential process that you must follow every time. As you can see, we've numbered each compartment. Mastering the correct flow from sink 1 to 2 to 3 is absolutely key to ensuring every item is perfectly clean and safe. Let's break down the purpose of each one. Understanding the specific job of each compartment is crucial. As this diagram illustrates, compartment 1 is for washing. It contains hot water and detergent to scrub away food and grease. Compartment 2 is for rinsing. It uses clean, hot water to remove all the soap residue from the washing stage. And compartment 3 is for sanitizing. It uses warm water and a chemical sanitizer to kill invisible, harmful bacteria. Each step is critical. Now, let's learn the most important technical skill for your role, the core dishwashing procedures. This is a systematic, 5-step sequence that guarantees perfect, safe results every single time. As this circular diagram shows, it's a continuous process. Following these steps in the correct order is what removes all visible food and kills the invisible bacteria. This sequence is the heart of excellent kitchen hygiene and safety. I need you to memorize this 5-step sequence. It is the absolute core of your job, and it must be done in this order every time. Step 1, scrape. Step 2, rinse. Step 3, wash. Step 4, sanitize. And Step 5, air dry. As you can see on this list, it's a logical flow from start to finish. Now, let's look at exactly what happens in each of these 5 steps. The first step, scraping, happens before an item ever touches the water. As you can see in this action shot, you use a scraper or a brush to remove all the leftover food particles into the proper disposal bin. Why is this so important? Because the more solid food you remove now, the cleaner your wash water will stay, and the more effective it will be. Effective scraping makes the entire process faster and more efficient. Step 2 is to rinse. After you've scraped off the solid food, you'll give the items a quick pre-rinse using a spray nozzle, like the one you see here. This step removes any of that remaining loose food and surface grease. Just like scraping, this is crucial for keeping your wash water cleaner for a longer period of time. Think of this as the final preparation before the deep clean in the wash sink. Step 3 is to wash. Here, you'll fully submerge the items in the first compartment, which contains hot, soapy water. You'll use a brush or cloth to scrub every single surface, paying close attention to tricky spots like corners and handles. It is your responsibility to ensure this water stays hot and effective. If it becomes cold or greasy, you must drain it and refill it. This step is what removes all the visible dirt. Step 4, sanitizing, is the most critical step for safety. After washing and rinsing, you will fully submerge the items in the third compartment. This step kills the invisible bacteria that can make people sick. It is not optional. You must ensure items stay submerged for the required contact time, which is usually 60 seconds, as the stopwatch icon suggests. This step is the core of kitchen hygiene and safety. The final step in our dishwashing procedure is to air dry. You'll place your clean and sanitized items on a dedicated drain board or rack, like the one you see here. It is critical that you do not towel dry them. Why? Because towels can carry bacteria and recontaminate the perfectly clean surfaces. You must allow them to air dry completely. Do not stack wet items, as that traps moisture and prevents proper drying. Let's follow a single, heavily soiled pot through this entire process, just like in this visual story. First, it's scraped and rinsed to remove all the burnt-on food. Then, it's washed until all the grease is gone. Next, it's fully submerged in the sanitizer to kill all the bacteria. And finally, it's placed upside down on a rack to air dry safely. This systematic process is your guarantee of a safe result, every single time. Now, let's discuss the safe handling of your cleaning chemicals. This is a critical component of both your personal safety and the overall kitchen safety. As you can see in this image, handling chemicals requires care and focus. You will primarily work with two types of chemicals in the scullery. Understanding what each one does is the key to using them correctly and safely. Never use a chemical if you don't know what it is. The two chemicals you'll use most are detergents and sanitizers, and they have very different jobs. As this chart shows, detergents are soaps. Their job is to remove grease and food. They are used in the wash sink. Sanitizers, on the other hand, are bacteria killers. Their job is to make items safe. They are used in the sanitize sink. Remember it this way: detergent cleans what you can see, sanitizer kills what you can't see. There is one golden rule of chemical safety that you must never, ever break. Always follow the manufacturer's instructions. This includes using the correct dilution ratios, which is how much chemical to mix with water, and respecting the required contact time for sanitizers. And, as this warning sign makes very clear, you must never mix different chemicals together. Mixing chemicals like bleach and ammonia can create dangerous, toxic gas. All the information you need about a chemical is right on the product label. As this example shows, you can find the product name, safety warnings, and the correct dilution ratio. For even more detailed information, you can refer to the Safety Data Sheet, or SDS. There will be a binder of these sheets in a known location in the kitchen. It is your right and your responsibility to know about the chemicals you work with. Okay, It's time for a quick interactive challenge to test your knowledge of the core workflow. On the screen, you'll see the 5 steps of the manual dishwashing procedure in a jumbled order. Your task is to think out loud what are the correct sequence, from the first step to the last. This is a great way to start building the muscle memory you'll need for the correct process. Now let's think through a real-world problem with a safety check. Here is the scenario. You look at your wash sink, and you notice the water is cold and has a layer of grease on top, just like in this photo. I want you to think about 2 things. What is the immediate risk to kitchen hygiene and safety? And what is your correct and professional course of action in this situation? Let's summarize what we've accomplished. As this visual shows, you have built a toolkit of foundational skills. You now understand your vital role as a guardian of sanitation. You can identify your PPE and tools. Most importantly, you know the critical 5-step dishwashing procedure and the basics of chemical safety. You have successfully built a solid foundation in kitchen hygiene and safety. Now it's time for our final assessment to verify your understanding of these core concepts. Please take a moment to answer these 3 questions. Number 1. List the 3 essential items of personal protective equipment for your role. Number 2. What is the specific purpose of the 3rd compartment in a 3-compartment sink? And number 3. Why is air drying the required final step in the dishwashing procedure? And with that, you've done it. Congratulations! You now have the complete foundation, the compass, the toolkit, the playbook, and the action plan to build, launch, and grow with the foundation of kitchen hygiene and safety. On behalf of all of us at LearnYa Skills, thank you for your hard work. We're excited to see what you build. For more resources, visit us at www.learnyaskills.com.